In the future, thousands of Chicagoans will be living here, in the city's newest lakefront neighborhood, Lakeshore East. But while the body of the dynamic new community is still growing, its heart is complete and in place. This is the story of the park at Lakeshore East, told to you by its designer, the distinguished landscape architect, James Burnett.
In Magellan Development's original concept for Lakeshore East, they envisioned a 6-acre park as the centerpiece for the development. This park would be the gathering place for the community. The original plan, developed by Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, Magellan Development, and NNP Residential and Development, was a 2002 American Institute of Architects Honor Award winner for planning and analysis. The original vision of the park was that it would be designed first and foremost for the people. We did a lot of research on what makes a great park, and a lot of the work that went into designing the park was analysis and contributing comments from the neighbors, from the Chicago Parks Department, from the Forestry Department, the Grant Park Advisory. A number of interested parties had involvement in the design of the park. The second important factor was the fact that Chicago River meets the lake at this important historical point. This was once a thriving port, and there's a strong connection at the confluence of these two important water bodies, and so we thought water would be a strong thematic idea that should be integrated into the park. And the last interesting kind of driver that drove the big idea of the park was that the park would be about 3 stories lower than the streets around it. So we wanted to use that topography to our advantage, to make a park that felt enclosed and felt comfortable when you're in the park. The big idea for the park, conceptually, was that it would be in the form of a sail, that these big, large sweeps that move to the east and the west are actually taken from observation of sailboats in the harbor, and how on windy days, which is common in Chicago, that all the sailboats line up in a certain direction. So they're not symmetrical, but it's very beautiful how they make this pattern on the lake. We also felt that it would be really key for people in upper stories of the buildings to look down on this and have something beautiful to look at that's graphically enjoyable to see. And we felt that this nautical expression, which was really influenced by Joel Carlin's and Jim Lowenberg and the folks at Near North Properties, because they came to us and said the development name is Lakeshore East. We're on the lake. We want to have a strong nautical expression. As you enter the park from the south and you come to the Grand Stair, the Grand Stair is an important part of the park because it is the kind of introduction to the park from the south. The stairs are oversized so people can congregate on the stairs, they can watch performances. So the stairs become almost like the Spanish Steps. They become the gathering place for the park. Another key element of the park is the water gardens. Water is the most important element in the landscape. People are very fascinated by water, especially moving water. And the 2 water gardens, which form the splays at the end of the park on the east and the west side, are really animated in the fact that water comes out of the wall, the main wall, and then spills into a basin, and then it spills over a water wall. The nice thing about these water features is when it becomes cold and they're turned off, there'll still be large black stones will be part of the water feature, and those stones become sculptural elements. So the water gardens, we think, are going to be big attractions for the park. The ornamental gardens are also an important fascination feature. They were designed to take advantage of a lot of the native species that grow in the Chicago area.
These include climbing roses, flowering roses, iris, echinacea, rudbeckia, and a few salvias, as well as prairie grasses that are native to the Chicago area. We have a number of deciduous trees in the park and surrounding the park. We have honey locust, skyline honey locust, which gives a nice fall color and also a dappled light. It's a great street tree for the city. We have London plane trees, and London plane trees will grow to about 50 or 60 feet and they also provide yellow fall color. The Bradford pears are the tree that runs through the center of the park, and they mark the old alignment of Lakeshore Drive. The Bradford pears are a really spectacular tree because they have great white blooms, profuse bloomer too, white blooms in the springtime, and beautiful fall color in the form of kind of a bright red. Other trees in the park include the swamp white oaks. The oaks are around the water gardens and in the water gardens. The dawn redwoods help to mark the curved paths on the north and the south. The paving surfaces in the park are made from concrete unit pavers that have crushed granite stone on top, embedded. That's how you get the beautiful whites and blacks and grays in the park. The green gravel that's in the water garden is decomposed granite gravel, and the stones inside the fountain are actually large black basalt rocks.
The park is incredible at night. The park has been designed for the day and for the night. And at night it's a real spectacular event because the water features are shimmering with moving light, and so they offer some kinetic quality in the way the light reflects and shines off the water. And then we have a number of special lighting features that help to mark the paths, and it's fascinating and very beautiful to look upon from above at night. The Children's Play Park, we think, is a really important element, and it's sized very generous, and I think will work very well for the children who come to this park. There's a safety play surface, so the children will, it'll be protected if they fall. There's some other play equipment that will offer a lot of different varieties of play and activity in the children's park. There are also some detailed plantings in the children's park area. So there's a lot of features in the children's play area for a lot of different opportunities. Shade structures anchor the three corners of the children's play park where the adults, parents can watch their children play. Another important part, and one of the maybe toughest challenges of the park, was to not over-design it, not fill it up with too many things, with too many beds and too many trees and all of that. The Great Lawn is the centerpiece within the park. A key component to a good urban park is to have a large multi-purpose space where special events can occur, holidays, art exhibits could happen in this space. So we think the Great Lawn is going to be important in a lot of different ways and add a lot of flexibility to the park. Another important feature in the park is the dog park. The park has topography, allows the dogs to run up and down the earth berms. There's a water feature in the park, and maybe best of all is that the owners of the dogs have social space around the edges, so we made sure there was enough room for the owners of the dogs to sit and watch their dogs play and to get to know some of their neighbors. It has been a great honor to work on a project in the city of Chicago. I think it's an architect's dream, a planner, landscape architect, and architect's dream to be commissioned to work on such an important new urban park. And we sure have enjoyed this experience. And the development team, Joel and Jim, the city of Chicago, Ernie Wong's team at Site Design, and all the folks that contributed, the neighbors who gave us input and told us what they wanted. It was an incredible experience, and we're very proud of this park and its success.